Lagos paid Tinubu-linked Alpha Beta firm 213 billion naira commission in last 2 years. Credible sources have revealed to Sahara reporters, which credible sources now don't come, that Alpha Beta Consulting LLP, a firm long linked to President Bola Tinubu, has continued to collect an 8% commission on the total revenue generated by the Lagos state government, translating into over 213 billion naira within the last 2 years. According to the internal figures from the Alpha Beta strategy, Lagos state tax revenue stood at 1 billion. Is it 6 billion or trillion? As of December 31, 2024, by October 31, 2025, the figures are risen to about 1 billion 409 million, reflecting a significant increase in the state's internally generated revenue under the existing tax administration structure. Sources claim that Alpha Beta Consulting is entitled to an 8% commission on the total revenue collected by the state. Based on this arrangement, the firm earned 100 billion from the 2024 revenue figure alone. For 2025, using the revenue figure of 1 trillion 409 billion, as of October, Alpha Beta's commission amounted to 112 billion naira. By simple mathematical calculations, the total commission received by the firm over the last 24 months stands at 212 billion naira, which is approximately 213 billion. Meanwhile, the same internal documents project a dramatic jump in Lagos State revenue in 2026, with Alpha Beta projection put at 2 trillion 830 billion naira. If the 8% commission structure remains unchanged, this would further deepen concerns over the scale of public funds flowing to the private consulting firm. Alpha Beta Consulting has for years been at the center of controversy over its role in Lagos State tax collection system, particularly due to its historical link to President Tinubu, who governed the state between 1999 and 2007 before ascending to national power. A former employee of the firm, Segun Oluwasomi, had also accused it of systematic tax evasion through the under-declaration of staff salaries and under-remittance of statutory taxes. The allegations have been escalated to the Nigerian Police, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commissions (ICPC) and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Copies were also sent to the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Lagos State Ministry of Finance. Alpha Beta Consulting, a private firm that assists the Lagos State government in tax and revenue collection, is widely reported to be owned by President Tinubu, who is the former governor of Lagos State. I've also heard it before that he's like the owner of the company, and his son is like the one controlling it or something. The allegations were submitted through the Lagos State chapter of the Committee of the Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, a civil rights organization whose board of trustees is chaired by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, SAN. In a detailed account of what he described as deliberate and long-running tax evasion practices, Oluwasomi alleged that Alpha Beta routinely split employee salary into two parts, declaring and taxing only a fraction of the actual earning while concealing the remainder from tax authorities. What Alpha Beta has been doing is this: they divided our salary into two so that they will not pay tax on everything, Oluwasomi said, and you are mentioning the person's name. Somebody gave you information, you are gladly calling the person's name, Segun Oluwasomi. I don't understand why. What you will see in the payroll, especially up to 2022, is half of my salary. They were paying tax only on part of our salaries, and even on that part, they were underpaying. Now, wow. Segun Oluwasomi, kudos to you. At Son Ame says, oh, master strategies, they say. Uchechiko says, you mean Lagos paid Lagos? At Fadip says, nobody go hold position forever. Ask Malami. Alex Mark says, Pablo Escobar just delete Nigeria off on all angles, no be small thing. No be small thing. But Olaunleke says, you blame the tenant for paying his rent. Awa Emese says, the consulting firm should disclose its tax annual return for the past 10 years. Let's see if the tax company are going to go and do that. Adeni says, when Shawore keeps calling that man a thief, I keep wondering, and now they break. Tinubu says, very good, that's the kind of government many Yorubas prefer. That money can start up a very big company that can help thousands of youth with job opportunities. Okay. Musa says, the funniest man fighting corruption, that is why they are all laughing at us. Jerry beat on me, he says, the question we need an answer for that was the commission paid for legally legitimate services rendered or not? I don't know. Rachel says you don't need the private company to collect tax. You collect taxes directly through Lagos State Income Tax Office. Olukayode says the same strategy he wants to use France for. Onyeso says they will bury this old man with money. I'm telling you. Abba says, how much tax did he pay on that income? I love to see figures. Okaba Sunday says it's even small for the man who built Lagos, Abi. Anthony Ayon says that's why you need to be proactive and smart. If you can devise a means of doubling the state revenue with service charge for your innovative acumen, nothing wrong with that. Don't just depend on international grants. Be innovative and proactive. Onadite says, imagine how much the France would be collecting in foreign currency, no be small thing. Valentine Isaiah says, exact to be played on national level, Abi? I agree to now. I don't even ask a show, you again? You go explain tire. Belumi says, them work or them no work. Sahara Desert. Wahala. Alize Mark says, normally, Baba na rough. Sorry, runs man. Okay. Itiete says, but where Tinubu won't carry all this money go? My brother, I wonder. Kunle Dawodu says, what can you do with 20 billion naira that you can't do with 10 or even 5 billion naira? Promise says, Mr. President, where is Alex, our classmate from Chicago University? And I know they forget something. Hey, Ego Benita says, now France won't use the Colobi the ones they won't collect now. Yes, it's France who wants to use for this particular one. Adedasola says, when the president knows how to make money for the nation, what's the problem in that? Money that is not benefiting you. Money that is not benefiting anybody. They are making money for who? For who? They're making it for themselves. So Okikela says, I wonder how much they pay in taxes. Can anyone find out for me? Now you go find out by yourself. Chris Kudu says, the day Tinubu will join his ancestors, that will be the end of the Alpha Beta saga in Lagos. The chain that man used to tie Lagos is very strong. Badega says, you don't know. Where do you think the funds for buying power comes from? With Martin. Christian Jew says, commission on putting people in the office of the governor of Lagos. Obina Ndeko says, no wonder she is dancing like Tulu Tulu. Hey, Karaleke says, no be today now. I don't tell you Baba don't they cash out. No be small thing. Hey, time waits for nobody, my brother. It is well. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. Till some other time. Bye.